All right, Lean University, how you doing this evening? It is a wondrous day, and today I wanted to talk to you about something that I think is very, very beneficial to the audience at large. And remember, the audience, according to analytics, is 18-year-olds to 44-year-olds, United States, male. That's the baseline audience. Everyone is welcomed, but understand that my message, advice, knowledge is curtailed to men who are from the ages of 18 to 44 in the United States. The things that I say and the messages that I project are not reflections of any of my public employers. As well, it is to be known that I am not playing a character. I'm formidably expressing my thoughts, my concerns, my observations. And the aforementioned affirmative, Congress has made law of no respecting of particular people and brands. So please allow me to just express myself and enjoy the information. Comment, like, subscribe. Cash at me at Leaning Fitness if you want to support and donate. Also, paypal.me/Leaning Fitness. Okay, let's get this show on the road. 5 experiences you'll face during your spouse's, your girlfriend's postpartum experience. 5 experiences as a man that you will experience or things that you need to take in consideration. Number 1, she will have big brain disorder. And before we continue, because I just looked at your face, that was crazy. It was crazy.
I'm just here.
Okay, but Taylor, my lovely wife, my eye candy, my vivacious, amazing teammate in this whole journey, she's with us, and at any point, she is free to chime in because mi casa e su casa. Okay. 5 experiences. Experience 1, she will have big brain disorder. Ant-sized problems will seem like dog-sized issues. Take her big brain and simplify all of her tasks. Color code your laundry so you can execute the small task faster. That was actually an example. So let's go back. She will have big brain disorder. Big brain disorder is literally her seeing every single problem, issue, blockade, trap, anything that encumbers her in a negative way. She will deem it as it's bigger than life. It's bigger than her brain. It's bigger than God. It's bigger than everything, right? Can't really tell you why. Only a woman could chime in on that type of biology, but this is a fact. Ant-sized problems will seem like dog-sized
We
issues.
like order.
She says we like order. Eh,
I like order.
she specifically likes order because I was about to say biologically, we don't have an argument for women liking order in organization. If so, I think we'd be a lot more structured in the infrastructure of black on black relations.
Mhm.
But I think the order she's talking about is like eviscerating problems, eviscerating issues. That's like order versus confusion, which
Mhm.
I think it's more from a biblical and a spiritual dynamic of how they see, oh, a problem arises, we have to solve that problem. But you, as the man, as the lead within the word leader, you have to count the costs. That's actually a Luke scripture. Count the cost of every situation, every task, every problem, every issue, every concern. Count the cost and break it up. Compartmentalize these particular things, cosas, so that you can chronologically have your checklist executed. Because the worst thing you want to do is make her feel like she doesn't have help, she's not supported, and she's in it on her own. Yes,
Yes.
she had the baby. She also carried the baby for 9 months. So the least we can do is support and prioritize logistically what's the most important thing to tackle. Number two, excuse me, everything she says cannot and will not be held against her in the court of love.
Oh.
I'll say it
Well
again.
said.
Everything she says cannot and will not be held against her in the court of love. I told you I'm a well prepared individual, so I hope you truly enjoy these long conversations because I am going out of my way to be prepared. What is our tagline
What is our tagline?
about life and tackling things? What do I always say?
There's no such thing as tired.
Okay. What's another one? You got it on your wall.
Oh. Oh my gosh. What is it? It's on my.
About preparation.
Oh. Wait.
It's a quote. We've been living by that quote for
How am I not?
5-6 years.
I know.
The last word in the quote is mind. Like
A
M-I-N-D.
prepared mind.
No, you're about to guess. Don't botch my quote.
Don't make me run in the room.
Chance
and read
favors
it.
the prepared mind. Okay.
I knew it.
So, everything she says cannot and will not be held against her in the court of love. Any promises, plans, or promiscuity activities are superseded by your baby. She will make it her business to conquer your baby's every concern. So, what will really help you as a man is understanding the natural celestial order of things, as in God, man, woman, child. Woman is going to make her new child, this new life, her main concern. Man, you're supposed to make this new wife, this new woman, this eye candy of yours, your main concern. And God makes his main concern you as the man. So, how the dynamic works of everything she says cannot and will not be held against her in the court of love, that is giving her the freedom to be lethargic. That is giving her the freedom to feel out of whack. That is giving her the freedom to be clumsy. That's giving her the freedom to be delayed, to move slower. That is giving her the freedom to physically heal. Remember, 6 to 8 weeks. You're giving her the freedom to know that just because you promised me some poom poom, I'm not going to hold it against you. My peen will still get erect tomorrow or the day after. I had to look her in the eyes when I said that. But a lot of times, the woman who is transitioning from just being a woman to now being a mother, she sort of acts like the old dude in the barbershop or the old sis, the old auntie in the hair salon, talking about how she used to do her thing in Magic City and how she was bringing in, $50K a night. Same thing with the dude in the barbershop. Man, I gave Kevin Durant, 50 points when we was in high school. Yeah, back when he went to Montrose Christian. You have these type of dynamics. What you have to make sure, though, is that you don't penalize your woman for still speaking. I'm gonna get to the point. I told y'all gotta follow the educated people because they can remember what they say. A lot of these podcasters, they don't. Anyway, the woman transitioning to the mother, she's still going to talk to you like the woman. She's still going to wear the lingerie. She's still going to, talk sexy and all of these type of things. But because she's a mother now, she might end up falling asleep. Literally.
Facts.
In the lingerie, in the sexy La Perla, nails done, hair done, everything did, fancy, just hopped out the shower, looking like some strawberry milk chocolate covered popcorn, and she will go to sleep. And you heard my wife just say facts. Again, this is us being open. We're passing the torch of information. We're passing the torch of experience that neither one of us was able to actually sit down, learn, find the knowledge, and glean from that knowledge. So we're giving it out. But her saying facts is her recognizing in me communicating this to you and her sitting next to me, I'm not taking a shot at her. I'm speaking from experience because it's been a many times where I've went to sleep and it's just like, babe, you promised me something, you know, and it goes from like super serious and disappointed to it's a part of the game, it's a part of the dynamic. So the first one was you have to tackle and execute all small tasks, right, within your woman possibly going through postpartum. The second one was everything she says cannot and will not be held against her in the court of love. Because what you're going to do is you're going to literally create a demon. She's already having doubts. She's already having, what would you say, lack of confidence,
Definitely lack of confidence.
insecurity,
Trying to
uncertainty.
trying to still be an individual so I can grow as a person, but also being a mom, and you're not an individual as a wife and a mom
At all.
anymore.
Takes us to number 3. While you wait on her, you have to make her road straight, narrow, easier, doable. Wasting time complaining, whining, pointing out, stating the obvious will drain you and pain her. You can't sit there and continue to bash or continue to point out her mistakes or continue to state the obvious. If you know your woman, which you should by this point, at this point, um, the only person that states the obvious or blurps out everything they think should be her at this point. We need to learn that complaining wastes time, whining wastes time. In that time you're complaining, you can be handling your checklist or her checklist or both. You could be taking care of the household. You could be washing dishes. You could be washing your stove. You could be rearranging and cleaning your refrigerator. You could be writing out a grocery list. Again, chance favors the prepared mind. Take an audit of your kitchen and your cabinets and your pantry. You can do laundry, or you could separate the laundry by colors so that you can take these 5 white shirts and you could take her 2 lingerie white pieces, put them in the wash, and go and do other things. Vacuum, shampoo the carpet, upstairs and downstairs, wipe the blinds, go spray some smell goods from Bath and Body Works all around the house, wash the toilets. There's so much that can be done around the house when we just blatantly and generally tell women to cook and clean. There's so much that we can do to set them up for that success. And that's another thing that her and I always talk about.
Mm-hmm. Set each other up for success.
Yes, we've had arguments flat out for me throwing her alley oops all the time. And then she get me on the fast break. She don't throw me an alley oop. What's up? Holla at me. Talk to me. Right? Because again, while you wait on her, you have to make her road straight, narrow, easier, and doable. So when she can, specifically during this time, make sure you vocalize your vulnerabilities as well, because you don't want to feel like Benjamin Button or Farnsworth Bentley out here. You definitely want to be in purpose. So be easy on the complaining. If you know, I don't know about your situation, but her and I, we have different quirky things. One of my quirky things is, I would say, what would you say? One of my quirky things.
Hmm. When you come in from work, you like to sit your things on the kitchen counter.
Right. So one of my quirky things that she doesn't like, because it's her kitchen, right? This is how we've compartmentalized the home, so to speak. The only thing in the kitchen that I literally have total control over is the sink, the dishes, right? Um, it's pretty much an 80-20% chance that she does dishes, just like it's an 80-20% chance that I cook. So one of the things that I do that she doesn't like is on our kitchen island, right in the brick smack middle of the condo. I like to take my wallet out, my keys out, anything, my microphones, my power chargers, cell phones, hat, everything, and I put it on the desk and I organize it in a very OCD way. But again, this is her kitchen, it's her dynamic. She doesn't really like anything on her kitchen island. So that's something quirky I do, right? Um, Something quirky she does.
Hmm.
She made the response because, it is what it is. But I would say laundry. She'll do laundry, but um, she will take her time to fold. Let's put it that way. Because I don't necessarily deem how she maneuvers as like things don't get done. So don't get that energy. It's the opportunity where I feel like she can do it right then and there. She might wait a little bit. So that's what I'm saying. As a man, cut the time of the task down. Oh, you woke up, mama?
She looked at
Back to
you and went
sleep.
back to sleep.
Say, you going back to sleep?
She said, "Yes."
Hmm? ¿Va a dormir? Okay. So I bring those up, those quirky pieces, because you have to figure out a balance and how to deal with these different dynamics with the person you're with. And you can't change every single thing about a person. So it's very vital that as the man, you realize that your woman is going through a change. She's about to breed life in correction. Not to cut off any of you women out there in your wisdom, but I'm going to cut you off at your wisdom. To say that you create life is no longer a talking point. You don't create life, you carry life. Amen.
I would agree.
We had this discussion the other day. Men create life. I have seeds within a sack that sits within my body, and I have to plug a tool within another vessel and shoot out or ejaculate out this substance that's inside of my body into another vessel, human body. I'm the creator. So hopefully that empowered you into number 4. You must train yourself physically as a man all the time, but specifically during this time period of your woman possibly going through postpartum. You must train yourself physically. The buildup of postpartum, the buildup of PTSD, the buildup of depression, the buildup of insecurity, uncertainty, the buildup of anxiety, the buildup of trauma needs to be placed, or it needs to go somewhere else. A lot of times, because you're so up close and personal with this person, everything goes to them. Your anger, your mood, your disappointments, your shortcomings, your mishaps, your circumstances, your happenings, All of these things get thrown on this person and at this person. You need to find an outlet, and I implore you that the only outlet or asset that you have that will release this type of tension that you're carrying silently is the type of asset or the type of outlet that you can give the same type of energy, anger, passion, depression, forthrightness as the opposite. So, what I'm saying is, a lot of us men are suffering silently. Working out and training physically in the gym with the weights is literally the opposite. So instead of suffering, you're thriving in silence. You ever heard a tree grow? That's the beautiful thing about putting yourself. Ever heard a tree grow? You've seen it over time get bigger, or you've seen it be barren of leaves, and then all of a sudden it was very healthy and thriving and green and full, lleno. But you, my friend, you have to figure out a way to combat the suffering in silence, because that's what it is. The PTSD, the trauma, the depression, the anxiety, the elation, the confusion, the ignorance, all of these things have their effect on your growth hormones, on your cortisol levels, everything. So you have to find a way to thrive in silence, given the fact that naturally you're suffering in silence. And let's not take suffering in a slavery connotation. Let's take suffering as consideration connotation. There are times where you have to sacrifice your opinion for her feelings. You have to sacrifice your facts for her feelings. There are times where you'll have to sacrifice your logic for her emotions. And these things are okay. But what you can't do is harbor these feelings, hoard these feelings in your gut, in your stomach, and not put them towards something else. Because what happens is you'll just hold them till she presses your trigger. Then boom, you press her triggers. You guys are arguing and all the energy is out of whack. So you have to make sure that you are a man of direction. You are a man that watches the path of light at your feet. And that path of light should take your ass to the gym, because you have more people to protect now. You have more people to provide for now. So you got to be on your A game. You got to be a top performer. Because again, your competition is not your wife or your daughter or your son. Your competition are the other men trying to get a bigger slice of the pie outside your 4 walls or your 8 walls if you have 2 floors. Small flex. But I'm one of those guys. 18 to 44, male, United States. This is my audience. This is who I curtail my message to. But make no mistake about it. It's a pie outside. And I'm outside. So you have to take that same mentality. The competition is not your family. That's your support system. The competition is everybody that's not your family. Number 5, do not play to the level of your competitor's presentation. Your wife and your child is not your competition. The principality of the air is things like complacency, fatigue, mood swings can deplete you of your clarity to lead tactically. And the word leader spells the word lead. And you have to do it tactically, because these women in this particular experience, transitioning from woman to mother, they are at their most vulnerable. I'm talking about the peak, the Mount Everest of their emotions. So we have to literally touch them, listen to them with soft gloves, soft hands, soft ears. Every time she voices or communicates or articulates something that might have went on with her day or that's going on in her cerebral, doesn't mean she needs a hero or a savior. She might just need another human being with a heart and 2 ears So you have to be that. But you cannot be out here creating a space that is non-adult. You can't be out here creating a space in which a person doesn't have time or the opportunity to rebrand themselves, reinvigorate themselves, remind themselves. Technically, that's what we're supposed to do for them. We're supposed to help them rebrand. We're supposed to help them be reminded of how beautiful they are and the sacrifices that they've made for the family carrying the child. 75% of their year was dedicated to this child. So think about the women who are having multiple experiences of childbearing. Every year, it's 75%. It's 9 months, 9 out of 12. You do the math. 3, 6, 9, 12. 25, 50, 75, 100%. You do the math. So we have to be very, very elegant in how we cater to our women who are in the midst of postpartum, postpartum, or before it. We have to make sure that we don't get complacent. We have to make sure that we don't get fatigued. One of the messages that I've written in several places in my condo for myself and for my wife is the word tired does not exist. That cannot be an enemy or a competitor of yours. So you have to prepare yourself in number 4, in the gym, so that you're always ready for any and everything. Mood swings, they're going to occur with or without a baby. They were going to occur anyway. So you might as well accept that. That's not something to talk about in the male group chat or at the bar. Mood swings comes with being a human being. And we are all susceptible to mood swings, and we all have the propensity to execute many moods over a course of time. So it's vital for us as men to stay constant, be the control that is surrounded by several variables. Mood swings, complacency, fatigue, the man, all of these different things are our competition. But the key is not bringing the competition in the home. You're not competing in parenthood. You're not competing to be right. You're not competing to make her feel small and make yourself feel bigger. It's actually the opposite. You're competing to be wrong per se in wordplay, semantics, but you're right in proof, in evidence, in action. I always tell my lady there's choices. From those choices, you make decisions. From those decisions, you execute the action. And what we have to understand is these are the experiences that we'll face. So we have to take action. Action number 5, do not play to the level of your competitor's presentation. Your wife and your child is not your competition. The principality of the air is, and the things like complacency, fatigue, mood swings, doubt, deplete you of your clarity, and it depletes you of your tactical leadership. Number 4, you must train yourself physically. Why? Because you're taking such a mental and intellectual beating. You're suffering in silence. So you have to figure out a way to thrive in silence, succeed in silence. Be a tree. You don't hear when they grow, but you see the fruit that they bear. While you wait on her, you must make her road straight, narrow, easier, and doable. Cut the whining out, man. Cut the complaining out. Get to work. Get on your job. Get on your dean. Do what needs to be done so that you can fulfill the day and breed momentum into the next day.